So, who wants to talk about rail shooters? Because I know I do. But I'm gonna be real, this one's kinda weird. Like, really weird. Trust me, we'll get into it.
Who shall live, and who shall die? Vampire Knight.
So, where do I begin? I guess I could start with my background with this game, which is, if you want to count like 10 to 20 minutes of scrolling through YouTube one day and being freaked out by an absolutely abhorrent face such as this, then yes, that is my background with the game. Seriously, it kept freaking me the fuck out, and I eventually just caved and said, okay, YouTube, what is this? And mind you, I really wasn't watching a lot of rail shooter content, so at the time, I just kind of was, you know, sitting there, just sitting there, just kind of sitting there like this. What the fuck? Like, what is that? What is that? But I eventually caved and just kind of watched the entire long play, and it turned out the game looks pretty cool in motion, to me anyways. But that's besides the point. What exactly is Vampire Knight? Well, it is a rail shooter made by Sega AM1 and published by Namco? Huh, that's not something you see every day. Published by Namco, but made by Sega. I honestly thought it would have been just a Sega property like rail shooter, but I guess I was wrong. But anyways, yeah. So that's the game. What is it about? You're vampire hunters, and you shoot the vampires starting in the midday, well, starting in the late day, into the night. I never beat this game because it's just like, it's a hard rail shooter, and I'm still new to it. I'll probably have like footage of me beating it one day, but not today. This is just like my thoughts on it. This series has no fucking cohesion. I mean, just look at me. Are there any thoughts going on in my head right now? If the answer is yes, then I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You're wrong. And you put too much faith in me. But yeah. The game takes place in some time period. I want to say like some type of Victorian setting, but the last time I tried to say Victorian setting for something, I was proven immediately wrong, so I decided, okay, yeah, no. That's not when the game takes place at all. I was an idiot. But it definitely takes place in a castle, town, Castlevania aesthetic, so I can say that. It's there, and the main characters are, and listen, I made the joke with my friends, and I'm gonna make it here. Kyo Kusanagi from the Nest Saga of the King of Fighters franchise, and Visual K God, Gact. No, seriously, this guy looks like he could be like, he looks like he could be modeled after Gact and wouldn't even be wrong. Just look at them side by side. Kind of weird, right? But yeah, those are our main characters, who I'm 100% sure are vampires. If you've ever played this game, go ahead and tell me down below. I won't stop you, like, at all. Yeah, like, if you know, tell me, because it's just one of those things where it's like, or it's like, I don't know, man. Like, are they vampires? Like, are they vampires? Are they not? What are we doing today? Like, what is going on behind me? What is all that back there? That's definitely vampire activity. At least I think. Yeah. But outside of that, how does it differentiate from other rail shooters? Well, that's when I have to tell you that it was a PS2 rail shooter. It used the GunCon 2, which probably explains why Namco published it. You know, go hand in hand, Namco GunCon, Sega AM1. I feel like that could work out. Why the fuck wasn't House of the Dead 3 on PS2? GunCon was very comfortable for that. Back on topic. It is a rail shooter with content to it. You have a gallery to look at enemies, you have a special mode where it's essentially you pick up power-ups, like 2 times clip size, damage up, all your bullets become shotgun shells. Well, it's implied you're using shotguns when it happens, which I'm pretty sure, like, is just a console exclusive thing. And then you have, like, your standard arcade mode. And there's a training mode also, but I hadn't used the training mode. I set up my emulator to allow me to point and shoot with my mouse, and from there, I've been fine. I have a mouse with, like, 4 buttons on it, 2 top ones, and the 2 side ones, so I've been good ever since then. I really didn't care. I kind of wanted to make a video about this game just because of the fact that I wanted to play it through from start to finish, but never really could, so I kind of, what's the word? What am I looking for? Yes. I bumblefucked around with a game that I have no real experience with because the only rail shooters I'm good at are House of the Dead. And that's about it. So yeah, that's what we got myself into. I can't be mad at the game for doing what it does. It just feels a little too challenging in some areas. Like, maybe it's the fact that I don't have an actual gun con with me, but it feels like a lot of my shot response is just out the window. Like, there's a boss fight with a flaming, like, back demon guy, and when I, like, aim and shoot, like, the shots do not come out. So again, it might be an emulation bug with setting up gun con type controls. That just might be it. You know, you can't really get one-to-one control like that. There is playing with a controller, but what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you play a rail shooter with a controller? That's gross. Don't ever let me catch you doing that shit. Ever. You understand me? Never. At all. It's not good for your health. I'd rather see you doing the Dreamcast claw motion. You know what the Dreamcast claw motion is? You and I gotta talk about why that shit was poisonous. And yes, I said Dreamcast, not PSP. It was arguably worse on Dreamcast because that controller was bigger. But we'll get there when we get there, when we start talking about Dreamcast games. For now, we're gonna worry about Vampire Knight. And trust me, all that shit going on back there, it's definitely a video game. It's got the standard stuff for rail shooters. It's got boss fights, it's got enemies, it's got civilians you have to save. And can I just say, fuck saving the civilians in this game? I'm not an asshole. I will save someone in a game if I can, but good God, is that annoying to do? Like, really annoying. Because, like, the shot, you have to shoot this, like, eyeball thing on their body, and if you don't, they turn into vampires, but if you do, it knocks it off of you. But apparently your shots can bounce. They can block your shot for shooting someone else. And which, a line of dialogue comes up later in the story where, don't worry, you would point your gun at me? Don't worry, my gun knows who to shoot. And I'm just kind of, like, what the fuck? Why are your bullets selective on who they kill? I feel like we could have gone other directions with that, but instead, no, you decided my gun kills who I want it to kill. Okay. If you want it to make sense, fine. Do what the fuck you want at that point. But it's not that. It's like, there's weird design decisions that really make me question what was going on in the developers' heads. Like, what were they cooking? I need to know. This isn't a hold up, let him cook moment. Hell, this isn't even a wait, he's kind of spitting moment. This is genuinely a question for the devs. What was happening? I like your game, but at the same time, what the fuck? I didn't beat it because, like, I was playing for like 2 hours straight, and I was hungry and I wanted to get food, so I just kind of stopped. But I got like further each time using different power-ups, like the shotgun one, which you can accurately knock parasites off a body with a shotgun. A weapon primarily based on spread. Huh. How the fuck does that work again? Like, what kind of shotgun has like that much accuracy? Genuinely curious. Like, you can provide that, please. Tell me. I need to know. I have to know. It's important. But outside of that, not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just very confusing circumstances we get put in. Very. Confusing circumstances aside, I can definitely say Vampire Knight is a game you should play with another person. Like, this rail shooter feels designed for other people to be with you, but I gotta correct my name. Sorry. You know, wandering thoughts. I don't really edit shit heavily here. You know how this goes. That's gonna be the norm. But yeah, that's definitely what I can say. It's something you should try to find somebody else to play with. Like, if you're gonna play on PC, hook up a second mouse so you and your player 2 can play together. You know, gun con it up that way. Or, and this is just me, if you're gonna play it on an actual PS2, for the love of God, get a CRT, and then like get a Act 2 active gun cons, like a 1 and a 2 if you can. Go with that, please, because playing this on PC, thinking, oh, no, they won't show the flashing of, like, you know, when you fire the gun. No, it still goes off. The emulator still keeps that in, so I guess it's just hard-coded in the game. But other than that, I can definitely say the game is about a C. It's not a recommend from me, but do it if you're morbidly curious. Like, if you have nothing better to do with your time, I definitely say check it out then. Like, if you have a hankering for a rail shooter, but you still like when rail shooters do like the horror aesthetic, like Carnival and House of the Dead and what have you, then definitely check it out. Check it out for that reason alone. Don't do it just because it's a video game. Don't be like me. Other than that, I've been Sosuke the Wandering Gamer, passing through the digital world one game at a time. Be easy, take care, drink some goddamn water. Please, it's good for you. And above all else, have yourselves a damn good one.